Brook's backstory is finally here, and it might be one of the saddest backstories in One Piece. One Piece chapter 1183, titled as Good Mermaid. We see Imu telling Ragnar that he waited all this time just to take revenge on him, and we can see how angry the little squirrel is. Loki, in his dragon form, asks what he is talking about. He says that he has never seen someone as resilient as Imu. Then Imu says that neither Loki nor Straw Hat Luffy would ever be a soldier of Imu, so that's why he is going to erase both of them. And it's the first time Imu refers to Luffy by his actual name, not Nika. Then Imu prepares for an attack and says it's just like how he erased Dozan. Who is Dozan? I don't know. He might be one of the gods, either the forest or earth god. Loki also prepares his attack called Ragna Tujin Blades. Then lightning falls from the sky and Imu spins his sword. Imu uses the attack, Heim's Sword of Wrath, Graham, and in one swing, he blocks the lightning attack of Loki. Then the scene shifts to the western side of the village, where the rain is falling heavily due to Zaza. Then we see Zaza, and the village is already flooding. The giants are shouting, saying, "Save the children first." Then we see some children that got caught up in the wave of rain and aren't able to breathe. The giant warriors are ready to fight the god, as they just recovered the children from the holy knights, so they are not going to let them take them again. Chopper is trying to stop the giants, because they need to do a blood transfusion, otherwise they will die. But the giants are not listening, because they are taking their children. She says that her life doesn't even matter to her. All that matters is her children. Zaza has taken many children in her hand, and the children are shouting for help. The giant warriors are also trying their best to save them. Then we see Killingham, who's disappointed because they managed to catch only 7 children, but he still thinks it's enough and orders Zaza to return. Then we see Sanji arriving there, and he can't seem to understand what's going on. He might now fight with Killingham and save the children. Then the scene shifts to the ice where Gonko is captured. We see that she is still unconscious. Usopp asks Brook about Gonko. He asks if there is any reason Brook was trying so desperately to confront Gonko, and Usopp says he only butted in because he thought it was serious. Brook doesn't say anything. Then Nami asks Brook if he knows Gonko, and if she is an enemy from the past. Brook and Usopp are lying on the ground due to their injuries. Brook says she is not an enemy, but he doesn't want to face her ever again. If she is who Brook thinks she is, she might be 77 by now. Nami, shocked, says that they can't be the same person because she is a celestial dragon. Brook agrees, but he says the last time he saw her, she was departing from Mary Joaz, and she was the princess of Brook's home kingdom. Frankie comes running towards Brook and says that she is still frozen solid, and that he can't tell if she is still alive or dead. Frankie thinks that it's better if she dies, but I don't think she is going to die, because she has immortality. Usopp sits and says that it might be a celestial dragon who just looks like her, because she came to Elbaf to kidnap the children and create chaos. Brook again agrees, but he says that she was the one who released the restraints from them. Brook doubts why she would do that. She also seems to recognize who Brook is. Brook then says that she turned into a devil. Brook says that he witnessed 3 personalities of Gonko. One is her original personality, the second one is where she saved the Straw Hats, and the third one is where she turned into a devil. Nami then asks Brook if he thinks that she is being controlled. Brook replies that if it were back then, he wouldn't even think of something like being controlled. But after seeing so many people turn into devils, he can't help but think that this might be true. Jinbei then asks if they are going to spare her or kill her, and says they can't make any move unless Brook decides. Brook says with sadness that it was so long ago that he can't remember. She was just a kid, and Brook was very young. He mentions that there was a kingdom called Hesperia. It was a country that was famous for music, and instrument studios were everywhere in the kingdom. Then we go back 70 years ago to the West Blue. Someone is playing instruments and clearing his throat. Then he starts counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, and as we can see, this is a young Brook. He starts singing his song. Then he stands on top of an arena or something, shouts, and greets the people of Hesperia. He says no more waiting for fair winds and tells everyone that he is going to start singing. A person tells him to shut up because they are dealing with a hangover, and another person tells him to shut up. A child waking up says good morning to Brook, but Brook keeps shouting. Then we see Brook jumping in the sky, and it exactly looks like Luffy's Gear 5 when he jumps in front of the moon. He keeps singing his song while some people are telling him to shut up, whereas some girls are falling for Brook and calling him Lord Brook. Then someone says to kick him out of the Corps. Brook is still singing his song without listening to their comments. Someone even gets his gun to shoot Brook. Next we see the barracks of Asperia, and soldiers are asking Brook to teach them his swift slash technique. They say that Brook only plays with Princess Shuri and doesn't teach them any techniques. Brook then says that if they want to use his technique, they need to master their basics. Finally, Brook leaves the barracks while singing about what he is going to eat today because he is very hungry. Then we get to see Brook's real face without his goggles. He is still singing some songs. Shuri also starts singing the song with Brook. Then we get to know that Brook is 20 years old and he is the raider captain of the Guard Corps of Asperia. Shuri is 7 years old and she is the princess of Asperia. This is Gonko in her childhood. Shuri is happy, saying she worked hard today. She also asked Brook if he thinks she got stronger, just like her mother. I guess Brook has a crush on Shuri's mother because he is glazing her like crazy. Even the child knows that it's bad to fall for a married lady, but Brook doesn't care if she's married or not, because for him, love is freedom. Then we see the king of Asperia, Loki. He says that he will execute Brook for treason. Brook gets scared and says that's too harsh. He first refers to him as bro, but then corrects himself and says, Your Majesty. The king suspects that Brook is scheming to assassinate him, but Brook says he would never do something like that. Rather, he will just wait until the king dies of old age. Finally, Shuri tells Brook to give up on her mother. She says that when she grows up, she is going to marry Brook. The king takes it seriously and starts crying. He thinks that kids usually say that to their fathers. Brook declines, saying he is not going to marry a kid with a runny nose. The king tries to kick Brook because he disrespected his daughter in front of him, but Brook simply dodges the kick and says that he only loves one woman. Meanwhile, Shuri is laughing, seeing them both fighting. Then a soldier comes to tell something to the king. He says that riders from a gang are crossing their port. The soldiers in the area are outnumbered by the riders, and the reinforcements they dispatched are probably not going to make it in time. The king in anger asks who they are after. The soldier says that they are looking for Queen Candel. The queen is currently in the opera house in town. The king guesses that the attackers are from the Muron family, and the soldier agrees. The king says that they've been after Candel for ages, and he also asks when they even landed in their kingdom. He tells the soldier to send a message to the queen not to leave the opera house. Then the soldier says that all the transponder snails in the opera house are set to do not disturb. The king freaks out hearing that. Then Shuri asks Brook to do something, otherwise they will take her mother. Brook thinks it's strange because he met them at the harbor. Meanwhile, at the opera venue, the gang is firing bullets and hurting the civilians. The civilians are also scared seeing the gang riders. Then the scene shifts to the opera house. The queen is watching the show and praising how beautiful the show is. But outside, the gang riders are calling for the queen. If she refuses, Don Muron told them to shoot her. They are saying they will teach the queen a lesson today, and that she is finally going to learn to love their boss. A soldier shouts that they are going to protect the queen anyhow, but the gang rider just shoots him. The king, also scared, asks for Brook's help. Brook tells the king not to worry. He also says that their queen is strong and there is no chance she will get captured that easily. Finally, Brook says it's a shame because they didn't realize when they ran into him at the port. He reveals that he already sliced all of them. The king and princess are shocked. In the next second, all the gang riders get sliced. They fall down and think, what even is this? No one can believe that they were already cut down. Then the citizens realize that this is their Captain Brook's swift slash. Someone shouts the name of the technique, 3-pace hum notch slash. After that, the whole city starts praising Brook. The queen comes out and everyone thinks that she is gorgeous. Then a narration begins, saying that over 70 years ago, there were 2 massive stars in the kingdom of Asperia. We then see the queen's face. The narration continues, saying one was the former commander of the Royal Guard Corps, Queen Candel. As for the other, his singing is hated, but when he slashes, no one notices they have been cut. He is the master of swift slashes and the captain of the battle raiders, humming Brook, and at this time, the kingdom was at peace. Well, that's all for today's video. Make sure to subscribe my channel for more manga explanation.